You're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make scrunchy hairband. There are more than one measurement to make scrunchy depending on how full you want or how scrunchy you want it to be. It starts from like 24 inches upward. If it's something you want to learn, keep watching and you can use our handle to reach us. This is what I need for it. I need an elastic. I have two types of elastic here. This one is 0.5. This one is 0.5, while this other one is 0.2. Okay, so one stretches better, this one stretches more, that one stretches less, but notwithstanding, I'm going to use the two for this project. And I want to point out that I'm making two pieces of scrunchie. I'm making a large and a standard length. Okay, the standard length starts from let me not confuse you. The standard length for scrunchie most times is 30, but for this tutorial I'm doing 34. I'm using 34 for this. The fuller it is, the fuller the scrunch you get. So I'm just going to use this pattern I drafted out to show you. This is 6 inch, so this is for the big size that I'm doing. This is 6 inch. Okay, then the length of this particular one is 30. Like I said, the standard length is 30. You can do above 30 depending on how scrunchy, how full you want it. The longer it is, the fuller your scrunch, if that makes sense. Okay, so this is 30, but what I will be doing, I'm needing 34. That's what I'm working with. Okay, so this is the fabric is folded into two, so I will just go ahead, mark it and cut out. So if you're using if you're marking on the visible side of your fabric, that's the right side, you're going to use a chalk that, like that white pencil chalk I'm using, that disappears. Okay, but if not, just mark on the back of it. Okay, so what I'm just doing is I'm using this pattern. I cut out so many, I'm making so many, I'm making it for sale. Okay, but I just thought, let me just show us. Okay, so I'm using the one I've cut out the pattern for it. So you see that there is space there. That's because this pattern I'm using is 30, while the one I'm working with on this project directly is 24. 34, sorry. So I'm just placing it and I just cut out. So go ahead and cut out your pattern. So the length is 34, the width is 6. This is for the first one, the big size. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm still trying to cross check to show you. I'm trying to get my line straight because this fabric is a silk fabric and it was not holding, it was just moving, so I had to be sure of my measurements. So just make it straight. Okay, and I'll trim off. That's just it. Actually, I'm adjusting my lines. Please, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, share and like our video and leave a comment. It does help our video a lot. So now this is the small size that I'm making. The length of this one is 4.5, which is the standard. Actually, a lot of persons, when they are making, they use that. That's the standard for some scrunchie. The length is 4.5. Then the width is the same length, which is 34. What you just do is you join the two edges together as seen, like so. So I'm working with the big one first, as seen, like so. And when you're done doing that, you just fold. Sorry, it's not showing. You just fold it in like this, right side facing right side. You fold it in like so. So when you fold the right side facing right side, that the wrong side will be upward, if that makes sense. Okay, you fold it in and in, then you move the left over towards the other edge of the other one. So the idea is to move the middle point inside so that when you sew on the wrong side, the middle point will not interfere. Okay, so you just sew around. As you sew, you draw out, you sew, you draw out, you sew, you draw out. Please, if you have any question, if you don't get it, let me know. I'm so sorry the camera didn't really capture it well when I'm sewing it, but if you look at it very well, you'll find it there. So as I'm sewing, I'm moving it out, making sure that one we folded inside is not coming out. So this is going to help you. What this is going to help you do is you're going to achieve like a round sewing. Okay, if that makes sense. So when you get towards, you leave like 0.5 or 1 inch so that you can turn it out from there. So you just take your time to do your sewing. You see what I'm doing? I'm sewing and I'm dragging it out, moving it in at the same time. So make sure you sew on your 0.5. Make sure your sewings align. So this is the space I left. That's where I started from. So I left like 1 inch. You can do 0.5, you can do 1 inch. And if you can't manage 1 inch, you can do above 1 inch. When you're done, you're just going to top stitch it, okay? So I'll just sew to where I mark to stop, like so. And this is it. So I'm just going to dip my hand inside there like so and bring it out. Okay. This is what we'll have. So you see, the fabric I'm using is silk here. Okay. So this for the second one. The second one, I'm just going to leave 0.5 from the edge and start sewing. 1.5, 1.5 inch and sew down. Okay, and sew down to the other edge. If you're working with silk, this part is really very difficult, except you iron it flat before you start. Reasons are it may not align. Okay, so when you are done, you go towards the edge, right side, the wrong side facing each other, no, right side facing each other, and you sew like so. You see, when you turn it, you have a free line. This is another method just to show us there are different ways to do it. So now you're going to measure your arm, your wrist with your elastic. Okay, what you get is probably, if you measure it, you get like 7.5. You can use 8, you can use 9 actually, because you're going to tie it so that you have room to stretch it to tie it. Okay, so you see I moved my hand even after that measurement and it wasn't tight, so I'm going to use my safety pin to pass it. So this is for the medium size, the one that was 4.5 width. This, I use the same length for the both. Okay, so see me passing it. The camera is not capturing it, I don't know why. Sorry. So here I am done passing the elastic and I am top stitching. So you take it and top stitch. You top stitch in a way that it's not too far from the edge, you know, and make sure your machine is not gripping the elastic inside. When you pass your elastic, you tie. The camera didn't capture it, and so this is what we have. You see, for the small one, you see how scrunchy it is. It is more scrunchy like this because of the length. You understand? The fuller the length, the more scrunch you get. If that makes sense, you can see how scrunch. So now for the second one, we're just going to pass the elastic same way, but the difference is that this one I'm not tying it, I'm going to top stitch the elastic. Okay, so that's a different method to put it. If you use this size of elastic, you have to secure the elastic inside with a sewing, just like you're passing elastic for your trouser or sleeve. So you just take it, and when we're done, I brought it out like so and put it on top, and I'm going to use the zigzag stitch first to secure it. So I'm using my zigzag stitch. I think it has numbers though. I use the last one, not the tight zigzag on it. Okay. So mine is, I think, 14 by 7. Yeah. So that's what I use. It is numbered somehow. Every machine is different, the way it's numbered, but that's the one I use. So after doing with a scissor stitch, I will still go and use a straight stitch. Go back, forth, back, forth. Just all this is just to secure it so that it doesn't snap out when you're using it. Please let us know where if this video was helpful. Like and share, and thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe if you find this channel helpful. So now that I've put that, what I'm going to do now is I am just going to top stitch again like the other one. If you have any question, do well to send us a message and I'll reply you as soon as I get your message. And this is what we'll have. You see, this one is a bit freer, but what this will do is if you have a fuller hair, it can go twice.